I absolutely love and respect my listeners, and I know that you come here hoping to get good information. And I feel if you're going to come here to get good information, you also need to get honest sponsorships.
Originating from deep inside the Rocky Mountains, transported through the power of the internet, and arriving inside your tiny earbuds. It's the Appraiser Coach Podcast, helping appraisers increase their efficiency, quality, and make more money. Here's the guy who makes it his life's mission to create value for real estate appraisers nationwide. Your host and the Appraiser Coach, Dustin Harris.
Going to be a short one today, folks. I could almost call it a mini-sode, but due to the sponsorship, I've got to call it a full episode. I actually really hesitated knowing whether or not to even do a podcast on this topic, but I finally decided to go forward with it because I've had so many questions and comments and honestly snide remarks that I thought, you know what, let's just face this head on and just talk about it and get it out there. You know, I've always been a guy that doesn't hide in the bushes, right? I just feel like there's so many problems that take place in the world through miscommunication, that I just have always been a guy that even if it's uncomfortable, you just face the music. If you've got a problem with somebody, you invite them to lunch and have a conversation. If there's some things being said out there, stand up and be bold and just state the way it is. That's just the way I work. So that's the way I'm going to work today. So hold tight. I want to pause here and remind you that we are sponsored by 3 great companies, one of them being Alamode Software. Alamode, of course, is the software that I use daily to make sure that all of my reports have everything that they need in them. The quality is high. The efficiency is strong. It is Alamode. It's ALAMODE.com or 800 Alamode. We are sponsored by Working RE magazine. Working RE, of course, is the place that I go to get all kinds of information about what's going on in the world. I've been kind of following this racial stuff, the racial bias stuff that's in the news, and Working RE has been right on top of that, updating us on a regular basis. It's workingre.com, workingre.com, and finally we are sponsored by Spark and Synapse. That's right, folks. We're going to be talking a little bit about that today. Great friends over there at Spark and Synapse, Mr. Brandon and Mr. Kyle. I had Brandon on the program here a couple weeks ago, and we'll talk a little bit about that interview as well, but they are a sponsor here as well. Can't wait to share some great information about them. All right, folks, I've teased it enough. We are going to be talking a little bit about sponsorships today. I know it's not really appraisal related. Again, I really hesitate. You guys don't tune into this program to hear about my sponsors. I know that. The sponsors know that, right? They only hope that you are tuning into this program because the information is so great, informative, that maybe they can get an edge in as far as their name and their reputation and what they do for appraisers. And obviously, this is a format that they can reach their direct audience, right? Marketing is all about fishing in the right pools or fishing in the right pond. And I've said it here before, if you're going to fish for bass, right? You're not going to go to an Idaho stream. You're not going to find bass in an Idaho stream, right? And likewise, you're not going to find rainbow trout at a lake in Texas. I don't know, maybe you do. I just figure that's where you find bass. The point is, you find the waters to fish in that make sense to you, and that's what a sponsor, of course, will do. From the beginning of this program, we've had a great sponsor here by the name of Datamaster. You've got to know their name for a very long time, and loved being a part of their company. They are a small company in Utah, or were, before they were bought by Class Valuation. And I got to know Rick, and I got to know the team over there at Datamaster, and I've had a great relationship with many of them over the years, Jared and others. Just a great group of people. Rick is an appraiser and created the program for appraisers, right? The ability to be able to download data and manipulate that data and save appraisers time. And I still am a huge fan of Datamaster. And if you've not checked them out, you need to. Datamasterusa.com, datamasterusa.com. Check them out. If they're in your area, you ought to consider them. Recently, we've had a change. And from now on this program, you're going to hear me talking about another company. And the company's name is, the company name doesn't matter. The company product is what matters. And you're going to hear me talking about Spark and Synapse. And it's probably not something that's new to you. And it certainly will not be new to you as I talk more and more about this great company, Spark and Synapse. Brandon and Kyle Risch were recently acquired, I guess is the word, by True Footage, the company that I work with. And therefore, I'm going to be using Spark and Synapse. Now, The question has been asked many, many times, Dustin. In fact, the accusation is, my good friend Bill Johnson. Hi, Bill. Gotta love you. I know you love the attention. You jumped on one of my blogs and said something to the effect of, well, I guess Dustin probably will be forced by his company to now endorse Spark and Synapse instead of DataMaster. Okay. This is why I wanted to do the program, because I'm the type of person that's just going to face the music head on, tell you exactly why I do the things that I do, and I'm going to get to that answer as soon as we get back from the break. First, I want to pause here and talk to you a little bit about Spark and Synapse. Folks, if you've not checked it out, you need to go to spark4appraisers.com, spark4appraisers.com. Check out what they can do. Folks, we're talking about a program that can speed up the process of what you do as an appraiser. Okay, so Spark, for lack of a better term, is a data entry program, meaning it will take data that you have chosen and it will enter it into your reports. And it works for Alamode, it works for ACI, it works for Appraiser, it works for ClickForms, it even works for Nexus, right? Check this out. For about $49 a month, you can have unlimited downloads into your reports. Folks, that is a drop in the bucket compared to the time it's going to save you. Now, on the other side, we've got a program called Synapse. Synapse is for lack of a better term, it is a way to analyze data. Okay, let me just put it frankly. If you struggle supporting your adjustments, you need Synapse. Synapse makes it very easy. We're talking about 5 minutes of your time, right, to be able to find out what should be the GLA adjustment in this report. What should be the fill-in-the-blank adjustment for this report? And it uses an incredible array of tools that you will understand. It's not a black box. You will understand, and you can utilize it to help booster and support your report. Awesome stuff. Spark and Synapse. Go to spark4appraisers.com. Again, it's spark4appraisers.com. We're sponsored, of course, by Alamode Software. Alamode I've been using for, 30 years almost. Literally 3 years shy of 30 years I've been using this product. And, of course, they've been in business about 10 years longer than I've been using it. A program which allows you to be able to utilize the tools, the smart tools that are built into their program, which allow you to do more, which allow you to be able to be as productive as possible. Folks, trust me, if you're with any other program out there, you do want to take a look at Alamode. Alamode.com or 800 Alamode. Finally, sponsored by my great friends over at Working RE Magazine. Working RE, been a sponsor from the very beginning of this podcast. I love the guys over there. Truly patriots, if you will, supporting appraisers, helping us to understand what's going on in the world, helping us fight for the freedoms that we enjoy. I don't want to oversell it. Information is power, folks, and if you want to know what's going on in your career, in your world, in your industry, you need to sign up for at least their free newsletter. WorkingRE.com is where you find out more. Again, it's WorkingRE.com. All right, welcome back to the program, everybody. Love each and every one of you. Thank you for being a loyal listener over the years, and that's really the purpose of this episode today. I've got loyal listeners out there who have heard me for years, folks, 700 episodes plus. Now, they have been a sponsor on about half of those. Remember, I've got 2 episodes per week, a mini-sode and a full episode, but for 300 plus episodes, you've heard me talk about a great company called DataMaster. I still love DataMaster. I will still say good things about DataMaster. The people over at Class Valuation and the former DataMaster are my friends, and I think they've got a great product. And everything that I've said about DataMaster is 100% true. One of the comments was made was, if Dustin jumps from DataMaster to Spark, then obviously he didn't really believe in DataMaster to begin with. Okay, folks, there can't be 2 great companies out there. And there truly are. Both Spark and DataMaster are great companies. And again, I will never badmouth. I have nothing but the utmost respect for DataMaster. So then the question comes, well, Dustin, why did you do it? First of all, before the sponsor, I did allude to a comment that's been made more than once, actually. Not just Bill Johnson, but others have said something to the effect of, I bet True Footage will force Dustin to silence when it comes to DataMaster now that they own Spark and Synapse. Folks, let me say a little something about True Footage, okay? Something I've talked a little bit about before, and I'm going to reiterate here on the program, okay? I am a coach. I am an independent coach without influence from True Footage. When John approached me in the fall of 2021, one of the things that we talked about and that he was very respectful of from the beginning was that I have two separate businesses. I've got a business called Appraisal Precision, and I've got a business called the Appraiser Coach. And they are two separate companies. They are two separate entities. They are two separate tax returns. They are two separate revenue streams. They are two separate everything. Nothing is mixed between the two. And we talked about in the beginning, some education, some coaching that I possibly might be able to do with True Footage. And the agreement that we came to was that I did not want to in any way be influenced with my coaching directly through the Appraiser Coach. And John agreed to that, and he has been nothing but a stellar representative of his word ever since then. I do not feel in the least influenced by True Footage as to what I can and can't say to an individual when it comes to coaching. I've had opportunity to continue to coach the great people in my all-star team, in the dream team, my one-on-one coaching, and without influence from True Footage, they never would do that. And if they did, we would have a problem. John knows that, right? John actually said to me the other day, it was a completely different subject, but he said, "Now, Dustin, haven't I been true to my word on everything I promised when we acquired your company?" And I, without hesitation, folks, said, "Absolutely, John. You've absolutely fulfilled every single promise that you have made me." And one of those is this separation between the coaching and True Footage. Now, one of the places that gets a little bit gray, okay, is this idea that there are products out there, okay? And I have been approached by many companies in the past about endorsing their products. Folks, I literally have a line out the door from, well, not literally, and they're not standing at my door right now, but I do have a line out the door of people who want to be a sponsor of this program. They see the reach, the thousands and thousands of appraisers that we reach each and every episode. They do know that it is the number one listened to appraisal-related podcast in the world. That is indisputable. And they understand that what that means is they get into the ears of appraisers. They also understand that the people who listen to this program, I hope, I've been told, respect my opinion and some of the things that I share here. Not that you have to agree with everything that I say, but yes, I find that people do respect and there's a reason that they're loyal and they listen ongoing, and that's a good thing for a sponsor. Okay. Here's the thing. True Footage said nothing about DataMaster when Spark and Synapse were acquired. Nothing. Not zero. Nada. Zilch. Not anybody in the company. Certainly not the leadership. Certainly not the CEO. On my own, I have always from the beginning been a person that I feel I need to live by integrity. And if I'm going to endorse a product on a microphone, I need to be using that product, and I need to love that product. And I need to, everything that comes out of my mouth needs to be absolutely 100% honest. I won't be bought. Okay. Now, do they pay me to say nice things about them? Of course they do. Some people will say, well, that just forces you to say nice things about them. No, I think I've been pretty honest. If you go back in my episodes, I've been pretty honest. For example, I'll say things such as, listen, Alamode is a technology company, right? It has issues. It has problems, just like any other technology company, but it is the best bang for your buck. It is the best value out there. In fact, when CoreLogic obtained or acquired Alamode, go back and listen to that episode. Folks, I was pretty honest in my opinions, and I risked losing a sponsor by doing so, but guess what? They honored their sponsorship. They didn't say anything to me about that episode, and I felt like I was pretty bold and pretty honest when it comes to my opinion. That's the way I have to feel about my sponsors. On my own, I chose to evaluate my sponsorship with Alamode or vice versa, their sponsorship with the Appraiser Coach podcast. I picked up the phone, I called my good friend John, and I said, John, hey, I just want you to know I love your product, but I can't continue to endorse something that I'm not using. My company just acquired another technology company. I didn't tell him who it was. I think it was probably pretty obvious to him, but it was premature. It had not been announced yet. And I said, I love you. I love DataMaster, but I feel like I need to be currently using a product that I endorse, and very soon I'm not going to be using that product anymore. In my appraisal practice, I'm going to be using another product, and I feel like I need. At that point, by the way, Spark and Synapse were not a sponsor. You should know that. I think that's important as well. I did not have a sponsor lined up, even though I've got a bunch to choose from when I chose to move away from DataMaster. I did let my company know that I had terminated my contract with DataMaster and did not ask for them to sponsor. They reached out and said, interesting, what would it take for us to be that sponsor? And I said, well, I would need to be using the product. I would need to like the product. And no offense, even though you obtained the product, I don't know enough about it to say good things about it. Since then, I have had an opportunity to go through training videos and look and see what Spark has to offer, talk one-on-one with Brandon on a regular basis, and learn a little bit more about the product. And I can 100% endorse Spark and Synapse. I think they're great programs. And that was a choice that I made based on integrity, based on the fact that if you're going to tune into this program, if you're going to take the time and the effort and the capital, okay, let's face it, folks, it takes a sacrifice to not listen to something else, right? I absolutely love and respect my listeners, and I know that you come here hoping to get good information. And I feel if you're going to come here to get good information, you also need to get honest sponsorships. And so in a nutshell, okay, in less than 20 minutes, you now know what went into the decision behind the change from DataMaster to Spark and Synapse. I'm super excited for Spark and Synapse. I'm super excited to say great things about them in the future, to use their product, and to feel like I can truly and honestly bring that to you with integrity. And I wish DataMaster all the best. They are a great company that, again, you need to check them out, datamasterusa.com. Find out if they're in your area, and they are a great option for you, and they do save you about 45 minutes on every report. That's huge. All right, folks, thank you for turning in, and thank you for being accommodating while I went a little off topic today. We didn't really talk about, of course, appraisal-related stuff other than software, but I felt like it was important to get the word out there and the information out there about why you will be hearing a little bit about a new company into the future. Thank you, my loyal listeners, and we will talk to you again soon.
You've been listening to the Appraiser Coach podcast with Dustin Harris. If you like what you hear, please give us a 5-star rating and post a short review on iTunes. For more in-depth insider information on how you can make more money as a real estate appraiser, visit theappraisercoach.com and sign up for the All-Star team today. Thanks for joining us. And now, get out there and create some value.